You are not ready for this episode. You guys are going to love this episode so much that you won't do any of that. If you don't like it, though, please unsubscribe from my channel and write a nasty remark. You'll find the buried truth, but I'll give you a hint. This suggests that XRP is now the most valuable asset, surpassing Bitcoin not because its value would increase to $69,000, but rather due of its utility market capitalization, a novel development that has never been witnessed before. I'm going to provide you knowledge like that, right? Just as you're about to say, WTF, the IMF releases this document. Whoa, perhaps XRP will be used by the new IMF banks. You will be amazed by the 2020 United States Financial Sector Assessment Program Declaration about Emerging Technology, and you're not going to accept that. All of the current events are happening right now, and as XRP prices start to soar, people will start buying expensive XRP since they won't be able to take advantage of the opportunity. Take note of this area. In this scenario, financial intermediaries function as nodes and can choose to take part in the consensus process, and Ripple provides the instructions and software for a transfer mechanism. Additionally, some participants offer a payment infrastructure. These players provide a payment infrastructure for DT and other virtual currencies outside of the well-established US payment system may be using DT as a platform. The introduction of SBI was a few days ago. They started a different validator. Be aware that the dominoes are falling on the XRP ledger. This is really significant. But if we look more closely, we can see that on page 54 of the IMF document, DLT platforms and exchanges are specifically mentioned. The fact that this mentions both steady coins and ripples makes it quite interesting. Considering that Ripple has its own network, stablecoin, and XRP, what are the possibilities that its business would become unstoppable? We have something amazing to share with you that will blow your mind, so allow me to gather my thoughts for a bit. Kindly give this podcast a listen. Brad Garlinghouse talks on the function of XRP, a subject we touched on in passing yesterday. Brad Garlinghouse originally introduced the idea of the Internet of Value, which is the aim of XRP. He clarified that certain motor oils are needed to lube the system in order for the Internet to work. Furthermore, if you are acquainted with the digital asset that Ripple has essentially become the standard for, you will notice that it is really cheap, extremely quick, and may have some interesting uses. I think there's a good case, and I think there will be a lot of cryptocurrency winners. We've had a conversation about that. In the past, I thought a variety of use cases, protocols, and technologies would make it successful. But I don't think there are all that many. There are times in life when you can do something that really lets you take time off. You know, oil that leaves a crater in the universe, as Steve Jobs famously remarked. Remember what Chris Larsen said? Now, listen to what Stefan Thomas and Chris Larsen said. They claimed that this serves as the catalyst for the value of that object to be traded. We think that LELP, XRP together enable this kind of communication. You can have any kind of value or currency and any kind of ledger or anything from a blockchain to a central ledger, etc., of a ledger, etc., thanks to this revolutionary formula. And it is crucial to pay attention to that when we think about it. Their implementation strategy for XRP was flawless. You may now have any form of record from a centralized ledger to a blockchain, etc. as well as any kind of currency, as Stefan emphasized above. If you remember this press release from 2 days ago, which one would? Financial industry participants in the United States are looking into shared ledger technology for multi-asset settlements. You may have any form of value like money, as well as any kind of ledger like a centralized ledger or blockchain, among others, thanks to this technology. Additionally, there is industry proof of LOL, so you can't make this stuff up. Is that a coincidence? It investigates how domestic users of US dollars and treasury notes may benefit from common technology in terms of finance and liquidity management. These instruments' tokenization could make it easier to settle with institutions that use common regulated venues. Current frameworks are aware of what David Schwartz stated several months ago. We are in the right time range, and Ripple is covered by the existing legal structure. I'm hoping that it will be acknowledged as a valuable tool in the actual world. Initiatives for tokenization are growing. I think the XRP ledger will be a great starting point for them, particularly in light of the low expenses. And DEC integration that, as you may be aware, places them in close proximity to the money movement. What would you wish to be able to do with a real-world tokenized asset that someone decides to buy? Which would you prefer to be able to purchase, sell, hold, or transfer it? It is not what you want to link it to the thing that is most handy for you. It is not advisable to associate your tokenized debt with US dollars. The XPR ledger is great at making you feel connected to a range of assets since it limits access to those who are in some manner near the US where US dollars are common. Since of its simple interaction with the exchange, I think it will be a useful tool. This is only one of the several reasons why the XRP ledger will work as a perfect platform for growth. Its tokenized real-world resources make the XRP ledger an appropriate launchpad. Let's wait and watch in the next 18 months how that plays out. In fact, XRP, the Napster Bitcoin, is soon to become the most valuable asset. Proof of concept, take your time. Not quite yet. They did, however, identify the parties concerned. We intend to work together with 2 more providers. The assignment is to supply the technology foundation and legal analysis required for idea demonstration. They'll proclaim that one since it's weight tuned, but this is just ridiculous. These individuals were the Bitcoin kings and queens. To be honest, before Bitcoin, Ripple and the early days were worldwide digital assets that lacked any kind of official backing or counterparty. Regarding Ripple, its inception occurred around in 2004. The Ripple project was started in 2011 by 3 brains led by Ryan Fugger, a really nice Canadian guy. The project's goal was to develop a peer-to-peer credit exchange platform. Arthur probably met David Schwartz and Jed MB after Bitcoin was introduced. They were captivated by what Bitcoin could achieve a few years ago, but they were displeased with the enormous energy waste that is essentially the essence of mining, which is what makes Bitcoin what it is. They then set out to develop a consensus method that would be more successful, and they produced something quite beautiful. I'm here to talk about the interesting subject of distributed consensus-based cryptocurrencies because of this. They were motivated to create a more efficient consensus algorithm by Ryan Fugger. They made a contribution to the Ripple project by bringing pathfinding algorithms to the table, which made it possible to trade valuables for digital assets. This is Ryan Fugger, to whom Chris Larsson is referring in 2004, and I think that marks the start of the Internet of Value. You may view this PDF to understand more. Their OpenCoin legal summary, which addresses foreign exchange, all required licenses, and even goes back to 2007, was made available to me. OpenCoin extensions are governed by rules that were established in 2008. That's about it. I stored it a long time ago. Trillions of volumes will exist. All right, so I know that XRP and Ripple Vision existed before Bitcoin. My prediction that XRP would eventually replace Bitcoin may sound far-fetched, but it is grounded in reality since it will truly occur. It just doesn't make sense at all logically. This is because there isn't a comparison. Like XRP, Bitcoin is a utility-driven asset that, if all the lights are on and all the economies are connected, will always be worth the same amount. You can quickly move previously unlocked items and access additional options by unlocking them. But as soon as things move, you can see they're not. They're not. They're lying to you when they say that each day, trillions of dollars will be revealed. Every day, there are trillions of tons of volume and scale. It suggests that a utility asset like XRP will soon see $1 trillion in daily volume. Have you ever encountered a daily volume of $1 trillion? Do you know how much to charge for XRP when it's actually happening and we're not dreaming? $1 trillion volume. For XRP will eventually occur. The question is not whether it will happen, but rather when, and the required arrangements are currently being made. Just have a peek at this small, quick panel. Take a look at them discussing value. We recently revealed some groundbreaking research on the connection of market infrastructures to investigate how it can facilitate interoperability and enable the smooth transfer of value. Ultimately, it's critical to keep in mind that XRP and Ripple will never go out of style. These organizations won't just build their own system. Instead, they'll make use of the Ripple venture in some capacity. One can use Ripple directly or indirectly, but it has a big effect on the planet. Just keep in mind that when seen through the prism of DLT platforms, the IMF diagram offers both a stable coin network and a Ripplenet network, both of which Ripple has included into their business. I can't wait to see prices of $10, $20, $30, $40, and $50. This is really amazing. I can say with confidence that this will tremendously reward our patience and bring us immense blessings. This is not the place for you, though, if you start worrying about XRP's value on a daily basis. People who are aware of XRP's actual worth just take a seat back and wait for everything to be ready. Having said that, I want to thank you all and promise to return soon with more videos. There aren't many possibilities in life, in my opinion, to take advantage of the situation, really make a dent in the